Oh, right out the bat, huh? Is this
Do
episode 20?
you want me to check?
No.
'Cause I don't know.
I mean, if it is, good job us.
Yeah, it's sweet. We kept it up till episode 20.
But welcome to Cookies and Milk. This is a video game podcast where we talk about video games. I'm your host, Sick William.
And I'm your host, Sick, but in like the cool way,
Okay.
Ben.
So, before we begin, One Piece Treasure Cruise update. I have pulled 2 Sugos on the Japanese version, and they are Mihawk and Sabo. So now I have 2 Sugo Slasher captains and 2 Free Spirit captains, while being both
Slasher and Free
Sugo-
Spirit.
Yeah, the Sugo Slasher and Free Spirit.
As a quick update, I'm playing Treasure Cruise twice now, on my iPad and on my phone.
Download the Japanese version to get the quadruple going.
Triple. I downloaded the Japanese version on both.
Yeah.
No, absolutely
What's
not.
ridiculous?
Yeah. I hardly understand the game enough as is. I've got like 6 free medals in the English version on my iPad, and one of them is Boa.
Boa Hancock, the
Yeah,
Sugo
the
Boa.
Sugo, and I've fucking nothing in the English version on my phone.
Yep, that's how it goes. Sometimes you get every Sugo that clashes with each other, and sometimes you just get Boa Hancock. But we're not here to talk about One Piece.
Today's cookies are Chips Deluxe cookies Rainbow.
Yeah.
I was at Giant Eagle buying cookies for my apartment. Or I wasn't buying cookies, I was buying groceries. And as I was leaving, there was like a bunch of the cookies lined up. And it was like $1.88, and I was like, that's a really good price for all those cookies. And then I walked up, and then it said, each when you buy 4. And I was like, that's not going to stop me. Because my boyfriend had just bought an $8 cake, and I was like, I'm free to do whatever I want to do.
So, we have 2 topics. I know that.
Oh.
Mine is things that make you physically sick in video games to keep this topic going.
Oh,
have-
tasteful, yeah.
I have 2 things. Mass Effect 2. Playing Mass Effect 2. I have played it so much.
At this point,
by
it's like...
I feel myself being ill when I play it now. And this certain Roadhog skin. I know, it's weird. But it was when I had a bad experience with love. And I was having anxiety attacks.
Oh, yeah.
And like when my body gets anxious and stressed, it goes straight to my bowels. And that's not fun. So I was just having the worst times.
Then you just correlated it with that?
And it was just a disgusting color to begin with. It was like a brownish yellow.
Oh.
Oh, I don't want to. I bought a new skin, a Roadhog skin, just to stop seeing that.
The things that make you physically ill is a questionable topic for the Cookies and Milk podcast where we eat cookies and milk.
I was wondering. Well, I didn't say very bad things. Our dogs
Upstairs.
are barking.
Upstairs. No, upstairs.
You gotta get upstairs.
Upstairs. Go.
Gotta get upstairs.
Upstairs.
Go upstairs.
Upstairs.
Go upstairs.
Upstairs.
She's so confused.
Upstairs. Get upstairs.
There she goes. Alright, that was our dog, Peavy.
She doesn't understand why we're not in the kitchen.
Right. Because of her.
Yeah, it's her fault.
But so, I actually, when I was thinking of this topic, I didn't know what you would say for this, but it's easy. It's so
I
obvious.
get motion sick real easy.
But only for old games.
There's a specific breed of shooter, and it fucks me up. An old ex of mine was like, hey, who was real into old PC games, was like, hey, we should play Doom on the PC.
Oh, no.
And I was like, that seems fine. And then we played it, and I literally couldn't.
Oh.
Like, the sporadic movement in Doom and the pixels of it and it all, like, not meshing together well destroyed me. New Doom has classic maps.
You can't play those?
I literally had to pass the controller to my boyfriend,
Oh.
and he would run through them for me and
Really?
get whatever was in them. It's like, it's not big. It's literally just like an area where there's like some health or a shield.
Oh,
upgrade.
right.
And as long
I
as you-
saw that. I found one.
Yeah, as long as you discover it, it's fine. Like, that's what you need to do for the trophy. And I was like, fine, whatever. Speaking of that other ex, again, he was like, hey, really into, like, super old computer games?
People
was
are
like-
like that.
We should play this one game. And it was like, the defining feature of this game was when you're in a spaceship. And at any given time,
no.
you can do any degree of movement you want to.
You would have hated No Man's Sky.
Yeah.
I mean, I hate No Man's Sky,
Everyone hates No Man's Sky.
but the last straw with me with No Man's Sky is I blipped a planet, and it was a new ship. There was a new ship marker I could get, and I was like, "Let's go!" And the marker was broken. I would go and be like, "You have 4 days to drive to this on the same planet."
What the
And I'm
fuck?
like, and I would go up into orbit to try to get a better thing, and it would keep resetting. I couldn't find it.
So, in this game, like, you could do flips, or you could, like, full 360 degrees of motion. And it was like an old computer game. And it was fucking killing me, dude. Like, I got maybe 3 or 4 minutes in, and I was like, I physically can't do this anymore.
Like, it's like this X wanted you to blow chunks, like, consistently.
That was their kink.
Oh, no.
I feel bad. I immediately feel all kinds of terrible. I'm getting physically sick.
That's enough. I think I'm gonna sneeze. Hold on. Oh, no. I hate it.
Somewhere else.
No. You need to see this.
Damn, damn.
You dab and you put your nose in your elbows and then you sneeze in that.
It's perfect.
I'm good. It wore off.
Got it. But then another game that did it was Halo 1. I didn't have this problem with Halo 2, or Halo 3, or Halo 4. But Halo 1, for some reason, fucked me up.
We tried playing through it together. Do you
Yeah.
think if we tried to play it through the Master Chief Collection, do you think you'd still get sick?
I think I'd be okay with it, because I don't have any problem. Maybe. It depends on how much they remastered it.
I mean, it's pretty good. I think it looks pretty good.
I mean, but you didn't have any problem with the original one.
I don't
you
have
ever
that.
gotten motion
I don't
sick
have
or
that
anything?
problem.
Weird.
I mean, like, if I got motion sick with stuff like that, that one PS VR game I just said, you like go in a ship, I would have been sick from that,
Yeah.
and it fucks with your vision. Like it wasn't the I didn't know how to properly put it on, so it was like blurry, and hard to. No, it was just pretty basically blurry. So I keep having to adjust it, and I had to like move the sticks. I think it was move the sticks, and like go into 360 and stuff.
Move the phone a little closer to me. I'm worried I'm not picking up well enough.
Oh, that's fine.
What do you mean that's fine?
I mean,
Like, fucking, my comments don't matter?
people are here to listen to me being
Got it.
sick. I mean, like if you were sick, that'd be a different story. I would not do the podcast with you. That would be the different story.
You're clearly good enough at doing the podcast on your own.
Absolutely.
You don't give a shit what happens. You're not going to stop the podcast.
No, I was in panic mode. I didn't think to stop the podcast.
I'd be like, hey, I can't come over. And you'd be like, that's fine. I'm doing the podcast by myself.
It's the highest viewed one. I mean, I just tag a lot of stuff. Like, I talk about Minecraft, I talk about stuff like
You
that.
very briefly, you're like Minecraft, Five Nights at Freddy's,
PewDiePie.
Overwatch.
We're tagging all these in the video.
That is how I do the tagging thing. At this point, I export the entire video and then I listen to it while I'm on the YouTube page and then I just tag it. And that doesn't work out all the time because sometimes, like the last episode, like we dabbed at the end. I took a picture and I was like, well, I'm not gonna add the picture and then export the whole thing again. But what else
Did
was
you
there?
do dab in the tags?
Oh, I should have typed dab in the tags. I'm doing that this time.
But your topic now. Music in video games.
I wanted to shift on to PlayStation VR.
Oh, okay.
I wanted to shift on to VR in video games.
Oh,
Since you brought that up.
okay.
Because I don't see the appeal of it. Like, I get. Like, it's a really cool thing to have happen.
Yeah.
But it's $500.
Yeah, that's too much.
Like, that's the price of a console.
It's too much for a gimmick.
Yeah, and that's all it is. As soon as they're like, hey, PlayStation VR and Resident Evil 7 for $200 together as a bundle.
Jesus Christ.
Then I'll be like, all right, now both of those are. Now I really want both of those because I want to get Resident Evil 7.
Is Resident Evil 7 just take place in the swamp area?
I think so.
Huh.
I think the house goes like really low and really high
Really?
or whatever nonsense.
That seems strange.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't really been keeping up with it.
Don't take a sip of your milk at the same time as me.
Yeah, you're right.
I saw you going for it when I picked mine up.
But what was it? Because it's just like with Heavy Rain. I didn't want to play Heavy Rain until I had the move so I could get the full experience out of it.
Oh no.
And I don't want to play Resident Evil 7
I've lost
until
my power. I can't chug it when I'm sick.
I was tempted to give you like less milk because you were sick and you weren't going to be able to enjoy it as much, but I figured no.
Thank you. You've shown me respect that I can't expect from anyone else.
I want to get Resident Evil 7 when I have the... Because I don't want to play it without the VR, because I feel like that's the true way to experience that.
Okay.
If you're going to do the whole turn the lights off, put your headphones on, you might as well have VR at that point.
I mean, you're describing it as an experience,
Yeah.
and it's definitely one. It's weird the way you're describing it, because it's like, it shouldn't be $500, but you might as well get it. Is that what you're saying?
No. I don't think anybody should spend $500
People already have
on the
it, for
PlayStation
sure.
VR. I think that's the most ridiculous thing possible. I think it's a interesting experience, and I think Resident Evil justifies it because I haven't seen any other PlayStation VR games that really justify having the headset on.
Right.
But horror games is what it's made for.
I wouldn't say that. I've seen a lot of good stuff come from VR,
Yeah.
and none of them are horror games. I mean, okay, some of them are horror games, but there's fun friend games,
Yeah.
like Pictionary and stuff like that. That's an interesting take on it. I wouldn't pay $500 for Pictionary,
I also wouldn't pay $60.
but there was this
Pictionary.
game. There was this game where you and a buddy get this... You know this little hoverboard thing in the game.
Yeah, of course.
And you build it up with a bunch of junk. Like, you put a bunch of junk around it.
Oh yeah, I think I saw that one. You shoot people?
Yeah, it looks super fun. And you, like, customize your... Just one M&M,
One
huh?
M&M on this thing.
Huh. And you get shot at, and your cover gets blown away, and you have to repair it and stuff. That looks fun.
Yeah, it looks sweet. Like, there's some sweet stuff on it. But at the same time, I always sort of feel like I wouldn't mind just playing that as a video game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I feel like I'd be missing out on a little bit, but I wouldn't be like, damn, really wish I'd done this in VR.
No, I mean, that game is physically impossible to play in non-VR. Because you have to... I'm sure there's a way. But the way it's structured is it needs VR.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be as fun without it. You need to look around you and see the dusty landscapes, and then look at the rival team coming at you.
Yeah.
You have to look at over your shoulder as a piece of shrapnel flies over it.
I have no doubts that it's... VR really seems like a thing that makes games more fun and enjoyable. Like, there's some sweet experiences to be had on VR.
Yeah,
I don't know if it really justifies the price tag yet, though.
that's true. It also is very limited in what games it can produce.
Yeah.
Because until there's a walking platform, you can't make a game where you're not aiming the move gun,
Yeah.
shooting it, and you go to that spot. There's no fluid motion yet.
I feel like, what is it? Damn it. Oh, yeah, and what is it, the HTC? Is that the one that you need 2 cameras for?
What?
Which is the VR thing? There's a VR thing that you need 2 cameras to set up in.
That seems crazy.
And it's like, you remember when we... Because I own the Move.
Yeah.
Do you remember when we tried to, play that in the basement?
It was terrible.
It's like...
It needs such a better setup.
There's the video that always comes to mind when I think about how games are designed for. Games are designed with gamers in mind, usually.
Yeah.
But peripherals never seem to be made with gamers in mind.
Yeah, that's true.
I think about...
You love DDR.
That's not designed with gamers in mind. That's designed with an arcade in mind.
That's true.
I was talking to a friend of mine about this
But
recently.
who frequent arcades? Bad gamers?
I don't know. Where are arcades?
I mean,
Where are they?
not anymore.
Yeah.
but gamers frequented arcades
yeah.
in the days of SNES and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Even
but I
early
mean,
2000s.
yeah, I mean that's where DDR thrives.
That's true.
When they were like, "Here's the dance pad," I was talking to a friend of mine, and I assumed that the way everybody enjoyed DDR was everybody preferred the metal.
The metal
peripheral
The
one.
metal floor is fun.
But he preferred the matte,
Huh.
and I was like, "That."
Hearing all the crinkling?
Yeah, hearing all the crinkling, and it doesn't respond as
Yeah.
significantly, or it responds better, but it doesn't give you the same reaction. Yeah, that's the word I'm looking for. But the mat is not. If you live on like a floor, if you live on a 2-floor thing,
Yeah, the PS2 was set up on the second floor, so that was
the
weird.
mat like wouldn't. It would just fuck with you.
Yeah.
But it's like there was a commercial for the PS4 when it was first coming out,
Yeah.
and the person advertised wasn't. They were like living in a warehouse.
What?
And they like sat down, and the TV was just like in the middle of the warehouse, and it was like, "Is this where you think people live?" Because I have like a 2x2 area in which to play my PS4.
It happened.
Jesus Christ.
It happened again.
And
It's
it's
good.
just like, especially the one VR thing that you need to set up like 2 cameras for, and everything plugs in is like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
This is really the best you could do? Dab, dude.
I'm not dabbing.
Sneeze
I can
in-
over to the ground.
God.
I'm getting a tissue.
Uh,
I'm crying. I'm crying so hard.
Guitar Hero is another one of these. Because it's like, it's a lot of fun getting the full band together.
Yeah.
2 guitars and the drums.
You played a
and
lot of Guitar Hero alone. You had fun, didn't you?
The fuck you calling me out here?
No. I'm
No,
just,
yeah.
I'm just saying you did.
It's a fun game.
when
If you're
Guitar
just,
Hero
like,
is focused on one player.
yeah, if you're like sitting there with a guitar, it's like a fun time. But it's really fun. Fucking the drums are such like a
Drums are bad.
wacky peripheral. Like they're huge and they don't fit anywhere.
You don't have you can't develop a feel for it.
Yeah, it doesn't click like the buttons do.
Yeah, you're so detached from it.
I have never played with a keytar from Rock Band.
Oh, what?
There's the keytar one. It's like a piano but a guitar.
Oh, no, I've never seen that.
Yeah,
before.
I've never. I really should buy a new one of those, but it's like it's cash dollars, dude.
Yeah.
All peripherals are always fucking cash dollars. I didn't get the Move until it was like years and years and years old, and I could find it on a deal. Like
Like it was a dead.
yeah, it was
peripheral.
dead, and then I was like, oh fuck, might as well pick it up now.
In our basement that can't fit anything.
Yeah, and then I could finally play Heavy Rain and Killzone 3,
You
the
definitely.
way those games were meant to be played.
You don't. You're not even playing either one. You never even started Killzone 3.
I had to beat Killzone 2.
Yeah, but you hated it so much.
It's not a good game.
What
Hard
makes
mode
you,
was-
What makes you think Killzone 3 would be better?
That's why I
It's
haven't
another
played it.
goddamn first-person shooter where you shoot people.
Nazis? Question mark.
Nazis? Question mark.
That's the enemy type in Killzone. Nazis? Question mark.
So, I'm taking my glasses off now because my eyes are very teary.
We're winding it down.
Yeah. So, on the topic of first-person shooters, and I don't want to make it seem like I don't like them, because the Borderlands series is probably my favorite first-person shooter series,
Yeah.
just because it's not a
Traditional
traditional
shooter.
first-person shooter or RPG,
It's a first-person shooter with RPG elements.
or it's an
RPG with first-person shooter elements. I wouldn't call the main gameplay an element. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's
I don't
true.
think a game can have first-person shooter elements so much as it is a first-person shooter.
Yeah. I think you can't call it having RPG elements
When
because
it is an RPG,
XP.
you can ignore it.
What?
You can ignore it.
You can ignore the word RPG.
You cannot play it as an RPG.
That's true.
You never switch guns ever in the whole game. You never activate your special. Check out our Borderlands run.
That's so boring. How would we fight certain bosses?
You shoot them.
I mean, where's the fun in that?
You use the first gun you get.
Holy shit.
No,
You ever
can switch.
open your menus?
No, you can switch guns because you switch guns in RPGs.
Yeah.
You just can't
You
allocate any
switch
points.
guns in first-person shooters.
You switch guns in first-person shooters.
But you have to know, it operates like you only have two guns.
Right.
But you switch off.
Right, and you just find a new gun.
You
on the
find a
ground.
new gun. That's what I'm thinking. That's a challenge mode I want to do in Borderlands. You equip anything you find.
Check out our new challenge mode.
So say you get a legendary shield to drop. That shield's coming off as soon as you find a common.
Yeah, as soon as you find a bullshit shield.
Yeah.
That sounds fun.
It's an interesting concept because you can't spec your character the ways you want. Because like, oh, I want to go to sniper class, but you never find a sniper rifle. Like you get the first sniper rifle,
and it's
but then you just get shotguns consistently.
yeah. It's you can't shop for anything. So does the
Can you shop for health?
yeah you can shop for health, but that's it.
Yeah.
You can't shop for shields.
So there's two challenge modes we have thought of for Borderlands, and I came up with sponsored.
Right.
And there's also the hardcore function, where if you die, you're dead for good. But my sponsored run is you take the first weapon type the first manufacturer you find. Those are the only guns you can use for the rest of the game. Now, if you want to go easier,
And shields.
I'm not going to go specifically on shields, because if you find a pangolin shield, there's no pangolin guns.
I mean, you can only use shields of the manufacturer.
I mean, you'd have to get because
specific-
Torg makes shields. We're doing this in Borderlands as a pre-sequel,
Yeah.
in which I'm running Wilhelm and Ben's running Claptrap, and I have a Hyperion Torg mix, and Torg makes shields, but
I
someone
have
like
Torg.
what? No, you have Jacobson.
Torg. You have Tedior
Oh, I have
and Hyperion.
Tedior and Hyperion.
I
Sorry.
have Torg. Yeah.
I get them messed up. They're both explosives. But Tedior makes shields.
Yeah.
Torg doesn't make shields, and Jacobs doesn't make shields either.
No, you're right, but they do make O2 tanks.
They do.
Oz tanks.
They do make Oz tanks. I don't know I'm sure Hyperion makes Oz kits. But I think there has. I guess if you really want to enforce the rules, it's just one class, and if there's no shields for the class, you don't use shields.
Yeah, you just don't have shields.
If you use it, your sponsorship is revoked and you lose the game.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's how you lose the game.
yeah.
Or you immediately have to spend all your money.
Ooh, you lose it all?
Yeah,
'Cause
you
lose
just have
your
to spend
sponsorship
all your money because you lose your
on
sponsorship.
bullshit stuff.
Yeah.
Like you clear all the shop vendors.
Yeah, and then you just drop it. You throw it off the ledge.
A good thing to do this. Good reason to do this in pre-sequel is it's easier to get varied guns in that earlier because the game is shorter.
Yeah.
In Borderlands, you don't run into Mollywon until you get out of the first area.
So one of the strategies with this run
look
that
at
becomes
guns.
an issue is that you have to wait.
Yeah, because in the pre-sequel on the Hyperion base, when you first get there is a chest. I'm thinking for if we ever do a sponsored run of Borderlands 2,
Yeah,
I'm thinking the guns we get are the ones in the golden chest.
that makes sense.
Because those give random stuff.
Yeah, you can literally get anything in that chest.
I got one golden key when I started on the PlayStation 4 version, and I got 2 purple shields, and they're both bad. I mean, the shield capacity is pretty low, but the shield regeneration rate and recharge delay are good.
Yeah.
But if I'm running a sniper, I'm putting sniper class pods on, and I'm lowering my shield capacity even more.
So, and then obviously the second challenge mode run is where you just you pick up anything you find.
Yeah, you
immediately have to
you
switch.
have to equip it
Yeah.
as soon as you get it.
Or you have an inventory.
One gun run? You don't switch guns?
So wait, is that still the same thing? You only have the one gun equipped and you have to drop it every single time? So you can't ever switch your guns? You can never press
Right.
triangle?
You never press triangle. You always just switch to the one gun.
That makes sense.
So, I think it'd be pretty tough. That type of thing would be, well, pretty bad.
Especially if you're playing like a sniper class.
Imagine getting the Bane and never having another
Oh
weapon
god.
drop.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Actually, you literally have to just.
If you want to
You
do a
just
run
skip
like
that
that,
mission.
you'd have to skip the Bane, which
Yeah.
that's fine.
For reference, for those of you who don't know what the Bane is, it's literally a gun that A, screams when you shoot it, and B, makes you slow as fuck.
You can't move quickly. Like, it's impossible to move with the Bane on. So if you were running a game like that, you'd have to go to the first enemy you find, shoot them, and hope they drop a gun. No matter if they it doesn't matter if they're if it's white or anything.
If you died there and had to go back to like a, oh,
I mean,
terrible.
you could get in the fast travel, get in a car.
That's fair. And then hop out of the car.
Yeah,
You can't use the car's gun.
you just run people over.
No, so that's interesting.
We
I
just
think
gotta figure out how to record
on the
H-
PS4
HD.
yeah,
And I mean, it'd be people don't want to look at a split screen,
yeah,
and we could do it online. So it'd probably just be your gameplay and audio, but I mean that'd be fine.
I mean, like we could have a Skype call.
That's true.
Recording.
And you could record the Skype call. That's probably the best
Yeah.
idea.
But I think a fun idea for the next topic of the podcast is we just think of a bunch of video games and then make challenge modes for them.
That'd be very fun. I'm thinking a fun one right now, like Pokemon, right?
Sure.
What if when a Pokemon faints, it dies?
You get another one.
What? Technically,
You
yes.
copy it. You duplicate it.
What?
When a Pokemon dies, you have to get another one. And then when it dies, you gotta get two more than when it dies. Like a Hydra mode.
I'm dying.
So, actually, so here the
Did
first
your goof evolve into something actual?
the first Pokemon you find, you have to get a team of just that,
Fuck you.
and then you have to get a team of the first Pokemon you find after the next badge, maybe. I don't know, something like that.
You get destroyed.
There's an idea there.
Speaking of challenges, I do want to run a Wonder Lock,
Oh yeah,
where you Wonder Trade as soon as you get the chance.
yeah.
Like you Wonder Trade your starter, you Wonder Trade any Pokemon you get on every route. That'd be fun, but at the same time,
Feel bad.
I know I wouldn't feel bad. I'd feel mad. Because I know for a fact that once I'm trading my starter Pokemon,
Are you gonna get something?
I'm gonna
garbage?
get a fucking rat. Or
Pikachu.
a bird. Or
Arcuno.
or a simple fucking shrub.
Shaman.
Fuck you. Fuck, I keep getting these bad Wonderlock pulls.
These are garbage.
They won't listen to anything I say.
Level 100 Arceus.
Oh. Are you doing that now? Did you used to pronounce it Arceus?
I did use to pronounce it Arceus. That's the weirdest thing. That doesn't happen with any other video game. You know what I mean? You were never sitting there like, oh yeah, remember in Disgaea when you found Laharl? Didn't happen. Never happened.
I mean, it's...
Oh, they say his name. Damn it.
Yeah, they say his name. They also say Arceus' name in the Arceus movie. And I think it's
Did
Arceus.
they say Arceus?
I think it's Arceus. I don't care.
Yeah, I don't care. I'm gonna call him Arceus for the rest of my life.
You called him Arceus like it was no big deal.
I felt bad. I felt like I was a traitor to myself.
Anyway, there was something else I wanted to say. About... Fuck. What were you talking about before you mentioned Disgaea?
Arceus challenge runs, Wonderlock.
No.
You were gonna feel bad.
Oh! Pronouncing things wrong. One Piece does it weird. In some of the dubs, Luffy is Roofy.
Terrible.
And people think it's Bounce Man instead of Bound Man for his fourth gear.
Oh yeah.
But I'm pretty sure it's called Bound Man because it's like bounded, like he binds his.
Either
He's
one makes
up.
sense because he also bounces everywhere.
Yeah, but
it's literally like the dumbest thing in the whole world.
yeah. Also, people call him Lucy. Yeah, Lucy. I think sometimes. In outside of the Doflamingo arc, because
course.
in that he goes under the fake name Lucy.
Of course.
Uh,
Did you see? Have you seen the pilot for One Piece?
the Romance Dawn.
Yeah.
I've seen stuff about it. I've never fully watched it.
I watched like a part of it, and I was like, "What the fuck is going on here, dude?"
Did you know Nami was gonna have a metallic arm and carry a giant axe?
What?
Yeah.
That's so out there. That's
Yeah.
so like radically different from her
And
character
two
now.
different girls in the pilot, they were deconstructed and their characteristics made Nami
Huh.
as a character. Yeah, it's weird.
Well, I think that's a good place to stop.
Yeah, we started talking about One Piece again.
Yeah.
Like we started as One Piece and we ended on One Piece.
Yeah. That's how it happens, I guess. That's how things go on Cookies and Milk.
Guys, if you're playing One Piece Treasure Cruise right about now, or if you're thinking about doing it, do it now
Yeah, it's a good time to get into it.
because the 2-year anniversary is coming up real quick, and you'll get some good stuff.
Yeah, you can get rainbow gems every day and like evolvers and boosters galore.
Yeah, it's good. Okay, I think that's the end.
Yeah, I mean, like I think that's a good place to stop it.
Yeah.
I don't even know what to call this episode. But I'll see you guys on the later flip side.
Yeah. See you guys next time. I've been your host, William.
I've been your host, Ben. Chip Select is the best fucking cookie.
It's a pretty good cookie. Alright. See ya.